only thing I'm not doing correctly is having my two hands. But then there are people that only have one arm, and so therefore one hand can be on the steering wheel at all times. So there's that. So I'm in the slow lane, so that's a good thing, right? There's this that I wanted to share with you on hard times. So I have recently had a situation. I had my period. So the month before, nothing, and then the next month I got my period, and it just wasn't stopping. The problem with that is that it just became like a flood, and the flood ended me up in the ER with needing a blood transfusion. Then a week later, needing 2 more bags of a blood transfusion. Needless to say, even before it got to that point of needing the blood transfusion, I was already lacking oxygen in my brain from the loss of blood, so I wasn't able to do my schoolwork, and I got far behind in my studies. For those of you that don't know, I am a full-time student. So with that, it led me to having to get surgery, which was a good thing, right? In the beginning, he wanted to just remove my uterus, and then I brought to his attention what the current research says, which the current research says that when you remove the uterus, it later in years affects you having possible heart issues, like heart attacks, strokes. And then he said, but no, that's when you remove the ovaries and the uterus. And then he was trying to treat me as if I was I didn't know what I was talking about. He's like, no, the uterus is what holds the baby. Okay, thank you for the education right there. All right, so apparently through the course of our first visit, this is when I was doing decent, right? I was doing decent, and so that's when he shared that info with me, and then I told him the current research. So later, when I spoke to him before my surgery, he said, yeah. So I looked at the research, and you're right. And so then he said, let's just go ahead and do the first step, which is the ablation of the uterus wall. So I just got the ablation, and so far it's successful, but time will tell, right? Otherwise, we might have to go ahead and remove the uterus. So, needless to say, I had to drop out for the semester. And with me not being a student anymore, it removed me from a program that was giving me a monthly stipend plus help with school. It was a beautiful, wonderful program, and with these times that we're in right now, it was helping considerably with making ends meet. And so with that, I am now out, and I am currently looking for work, and I have very very little experience in the field of my desire. So I've been applying to basically anything and everything, from secretary work, which secretary work requires, for the most part, most of them require you to have experience. Most of them that I've been seeing is like 2 years experience. I'm like, well, I don't. So the ones that don't say that, then I do have a work in office, not secretary work, but it's I would say it's more like customer service based, phone plus in person paperwork and such. So I've been contributing and counting that as it. So anyway, we'll see. And then I get the last straw for me, I feel like, is I had this person. I thought we were, good friends and such. And then all of a sudden he, starts not texting as often. His messages become short, very to the point, and basically that's what he wants from me as well, to the point, And I'm more of a story-based person. Like, I start out with a story, I continue with the story, and finish with the story. And which is, interestingly enough, that's something that my ancestors did. Native American Indians, they're very much storytellers. Anyway, so yeah, he calls it pulling back. Okay, but you see, it's more of him removing himself from my life, right? Because he's not texting as frequently, and he is making it to where we're just simply non-platonic friends. And so, and I didn't know this because he didn't communicate anything to me as to what was going on in his thought process. He just did it. So I have that also. Yeah, so when it rains, it pours, and it's just been awful. That's all I can say. It's just been awful. And I recently, actually today, I went to the Salvation Army, the food bank, and I got some food because apparently November we're not going to be getting money on our EBT cards. So for those that are watching not in the United States, it's money that we get on a card that we can go to the store, and we're given a certain amount of money for just food alone. Anyway, times are hard, and I still need to do something. Sitting at home is just, so I'm filling out the applications, doing what I can, and going on walks. So the one guilty pleasure you can say that I'm giving myself is going to the gym and using gas for that. So should I? Well, yes, gas wise, no, but I do have, like, where my shoulder, I feel the difference. Going to the gym, my shoulder feels so much better. And not only that, I physically feel better, and emotionally feel better. So anyways, that's that. So for those of you guys that pray, please pray. These are really difficult times. thank you for your prayers. And I haven't posted anything in a long time, and I'm not even sure if I'm gonna post this, to be honest. So, all right, take care, everybody. Bye.